shooting free throws here.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
He's hitting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. Free throw drops for KD.
Such a unique player. Kevin Durant, pure shooter, incredibly skilled, all at nearly 7 feet tall.
And he makes both free throws.
Really always a plus to have a big guy stroke it from the line like that. The soft touch on full display.
Leonard with this screen on Curry. Gasol passes to Leonard. Warriors with the rebound. Here's Durant. Tony Parker grabs the miss. And the Spurs with possession. Leonard looking around. Parker with pass to Leonard. Good, and Aldridge gets the assist.
Such a strong wing. Kawhi can more than handle his own down low.
Here's Curry outside for Durant. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard. The Spurs have gone 2 or 3 here to start out the game. Driving in, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Tons of power and momentum behind Leonard's drive. He's not easily stopped when he's going like that.
Offensive rebound. Here's KD, and he banks in the layup.
Second chance points all.
So it took a little while for Gilly to respond.
Dancing around? Yeah. Getting it going. Mascot. Very questionable career. You can't relate on a lot of things, Gilly. And if it wasn't for Wallow, all credibility on $1 million worth of game would be really at question. Because he has a wisdom about him. Wallow that is. I respect it. And I also respect Gilly. But respectfully, brother, we cannot relate. While you're dancing on the sideline, I was in the game. Please understand, when I said your name, most people didn't know who you were. They said, who, Gilly? Who is that? Now, you know the dude that be walking around with this big old hat. Oh, that dude. Man, don't take him serious. That's the narrative about you, guy. You can't beat me in nothing. And I mean nothing. That's basketball, that's football, that's baseball, that's rock, paper, scissors, that's chess, that's checkers, that's tennis, that's golf. All I'm asking for is respect. Now just be mindful how you use and you talk about me. But I'm rooting for you. I'm going to subscribe to $1 million worth of game. I will be looking for your repeated response. And this is my challenge to you. Try to refrain from using the N-word in every sentence. Use your nouns and your verbs and adjectives, brother. Not just every word being a curse word. Come on, the ass, nigga.
So it took a little while for Gilly to respond back, but this is the video right here that I would like to highlight that got Gilly the Kid threatened by Johnny Manziel. Let's check out the clip right here.
I ain't going back and forth with you, nigga. Thank you, Jalen. Appreciate you, Jalen. Love you, nigga. Love you, Dick. Appreciate you, Jalen. Cam Newton never had one of these. I said, Cam Newton never got one of these. Thank you, Jalen. Thank you, Dick. Thank you, Jeffrey. Thank you, Doug.
They've taken this video down 3 times because it teaches you how to hit lottery tickets every week. Watch now while...
So that's the most recent clip of Gilly the Kid calling out Cam Newton. And obviously, you know, he was at his party, lit, turned up. And yeah, man, he had responded back to that video and showed you guys Cam Newton going all the way in on Gilly the Kid's rap career and calling him a mascot and stuff like that, right? So I guess Johnny Manziel got in his feelings about that video that Gilly the Kid put out because, like I said, that's the video that got Gilly the Kid threatened by him. So let's highlight this post on X. Johnny Manziel threatening Gilly the Kid, So if you can, guys, if you stuck around already this long, hit that thumbs up button. It really does help support my YouTube channel, guys. I really do appreciate that. Let's check out this post right here by Johnny Manziel. So Johnny Manziel said, yo, get with the kid. He may be the biggest loser on the planet. Talking like he's done anything on football field. If I see you, just know I'm going to slap him out of you. Trust. So that's what Johnny Manziel put out on his personal account, man. And he can't say it's hacked because it's been up for about 8 hours while I'm doing this video. He did it this morning at 11:50 a.m. And yeah, man, he got pissed off seeing that post again. The kid calling out Cam Newton holding the trophy. So I guess, he took it personal because, he has that quarterback history, right? So, he took it personal seeing Gilly the kid with the NFL trophy, bragging like, he had put boots on the ground on the NFL field, man. So I guess, Johnny Manziel just really took that personal and got in his feelings. But like I said, the post is up, so I guess he's standing on exactly what he has put out. And so far, Gilly the kid, to my knowledge, hasn't responded yet while I'm doing the commentary for this video. And Newton hasn't said anything as well about it. He does have a relationship with Johnny Manziel. He has interviewed him, and I've seen other videos of Cam Newton with Johnny Manziel, like putting up on each other at events and stuff like that. So yeah, guys, I would love to hear your thoughts and comments about today's video. So don't forget to get in the comment section down below. And if you made it this far in the video as well, don't forget to hit that like button. That really does help these videos get pushed out to the algorithm. I can't say that enough. I really do appreciate that, guys. Thank you for doing that, if you're doing that. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're new. Or if you've already been around to the channel, make sure you're already subscribed. And if you're a new subscriber, comment down, new sub, man. I'll catch you guys on the next one, and we out, guys. Peace.
That one is off.
When you talk Kawhi Leonard, you start with his defense, and I don't know if there's a better wing defender around.
He hits the second from the line.
With the style of game he has, it seems like no matter the system, he's going to succeed.
Parker outside. Over in the corner, Green. Off target from three-point range. Warriors trail by 5. And Green with the basket on the assist from KD.
And Draymond is smart at knowing when to shoot the ball, especially when he's got strong position inside.
And we've got a timeout from Greg Popovich. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly.
Aerosec has dedicated over $20 million to develop cutting-edge nanotechnology that protects against harmful EMF radiation.
What's up, guys? Thanks as always for supporting the show. It would mean a lot to me if you would take a second to scroll down and hit that subscribe button. You'll get to see more of our videos. Also, make sure you follow us all over social media. You'll miss any of our content or show. You can't listen to here. What's the trade you think another team centered around Louis Cross? Right now, rather than at the trade deadline, that could significantly improve the Lakers' athleticism without surrendering to the Lakers.
Shot clock at 5. Back to Alden.
I do think an Andrew Wiggins trade would immediately make the Lakers
and he lays it up and in.
He would have easily addressed their athleticism. Typically, in my opinion, is one of like the top tier, if not second tier, the top tier, somewhere there, one of the top 10, like apex defenders. Of stars. I also think he would make a substantial upgrade in athleticism, which is what they would need. I also think he would play really well offensively off the loose. And I think the Lakers could pull off that trade, including Dalton, and maybe
second round is not mistaken in not having to include their first round pick. But the Lakers seem uninterested in making that type of deal because of Kansas age and because of their time left. Without Wiggins, if we take him out of the equation, I don't think like that's readily available right now that the Lakers could make that would immediately vault them up in terms of their athleticism and their ability to contend for a title this season. I don't see it right now. The question for me is whether or not in the regular season, call it at the deadline, if this opportunity presented itself, would the Lakers jump on it? And I don't think they will. I think they'll hold on. And that is the part that concerns me. I'll give you an example. Aaron is a player at Fox Wednesday. I think Aaron is quite literally exceptional. He's a versatile point of attack defender that has the strength to run multiple positions. He's an excellent three-point shooter. He's also an excellent closeout attacker. Just in the playoffs last year, he converted spot-up opportunities that were 1.1 points per second. That's very, very good. He's also an excellent athlete who can play above the rim and transition. He's a substantial athletic upgrade on the perimeter. He's 25 years old. He got the time. I think he's a guy, like if the Pacers came out against this year and they really struggled and they realized they were further away than where they needed to get to where they want to go, if they decided to start getting up and getting off some of their money for asset return, he's the kind of guy that I would be going after. The question is, if that happens, will the Lakers be willing to put their first round pick on the table? And I don't think they will. I think they'll try to save it for Giannis. And I think that would be a mistake.
Now Mills.
We haven't talked enough about this, but Luka is unique in the sense that I think he's benefit. I think he would benefit from a secondary superstar less than other superstars would benefit from a secondary superstar. Why? Because Luka's skill set is so unique geared towards that advantage. There's a reason why Luka has been on like dead serious championship contenders with Jalen Brunson as his secondary shot creator, or with Kyrie Irving as his secondary shot creator. Because Luka is so good and they have so much paint so far that when it comes to having a super high-powered offensive star next to him, this is a little bit of I talked about this before. I think Luka and Nikola Jokic on the team would probably struggle. Because there'd be massive diminishing returns in terms of their offensive shot creation, and because they're both such poor athletes relative to the rest of the league that it just would make them really they'd be very vulnerable for attacks and matchups. Luka and Giannis, there's a little bit more utility, although I'd argue there's still diminishing return there. With Luka, I think it actually makes the most sense to build a team that is stacked with high-level role player talent in a guy that's mimicking what Luka does to a lower extent against lesser talent in bench group or the second half of the possession is like the second side. That is why Kyrie is over there. That is why Jalen Brunson is over there. I think Austin could work. Austin's lesser athleticism is a little bit more of an issue, but I think even with Austin it could work as long as all of the rest of the roster is stacked with athleticism. I think really with Austin the bigger issue is he has reliable game separation against playoff defenders. That's Jalen Brunson or Kyrie. So like with Luka, I think it's more about finding just a guy that's secondary shot creator and stack him up with reliable role players. That's what I do to build around Luka Doncic. And I think
over in the corner, Livingston.
As it relates to the
over Mills.
alongside LeBron James. I would argue, like, look at Pau
Right there to create the shot, but it's no good.
Pau is a star, but he's a lower level star. He's not a guy that
defended by Durant. Back to Mills. Spurs working the ball
right?
And
The
that
guy
one's
that survived just another place that he needed, and then a bunch of really good role player talent around him. That's not about going after
Hastings, he's checked in for
not
McGee.
finding the guy
And
that
Green comes in for West. Clay Thompson,
Kyrie
he's checked
Irving,
in for Cooper.
and
And Stephen Curry in for Sean
and then
Livingston.
anchoring him with
Here's
rock
Curry.
solid way after.
It's hauled in by Ginobili.
Great teams run
Hastings,
okay.
that's good.
Don't just take our word for
Hastings
it.
got his second bucket of the night.
Good hustle. Don't give up on the play after the miss.
This is a must-have for anyone having to schedule.
And we got a timeout from Greg Popovich. He wants to talk to his guys.
Home base, built for small business. Join for free now.
On the Spurs with some changes. Gasol's checked in for Kyle Anderson, and Parker's subbed in for Patty Mills. Number 2, about 2 minutes in. Leonard with the slam.
This is how dominant Leonard can be. And once he finds his comfort zone, he keeps his foot on the gas.
And a wide open shot from Green. Here's Hastings. And the dunk to finish it off. Beauty.
Hard work on the boards, extending that possession.
First round matchup last year. It said that the Wolves were the
And so it's San Antonio with it.
And I could not have been more wrong. They were the worst possible.
Parker's
Because
shot
of
is
the
off.
massive gap in their
You don't always
athleticism.
get that opportunity,
Because
so
they're
those are the
switch
ones you
everything.
need to miss.
It make life
They
harder.
kick it out to Green.
Lakers ball. Typically playoffs and regions.
Gets it to
the
go
worst playoff
from
series
beyond
in
the
their
arc.
career. They
Green's
wore
got
the
foul.
Dodgers down over
You've
the course
got
of
to
games.
respect Green at
Really
the arc.
fourth
If
quarter.
he gets open out there, he can make you pay.
But it's a handle. That said,
Berton
as is
sends
always
the pick for Parker. Pass to
they're
Berton.
closer than you, right? Just because the Wolves were a bad matchup for the Lakers doesn't mean the Lakers
Leonard
have no
against
shot.
Durant.
They were there in Game 3. They were there in Game 4. You win one of those games, you could potentially look like
Warriors trail by 13.
I still think,
Here's Hastings.
even after the addition of Marcus
Score the
Smart,
basket. Here's fourth. He's
the
only
Wolves
missed
are
one
still
of
a
his
bad
5
matchup
shots
for the
tonight.
Lakers. But the
Smart
exact same
play,
way.
capitalizing
Well, the Lakers are
at the
deeper
rim.
than. The Lakers lost that series because remember, in the fourth
Parker
quarter,
against Curry.
running out of gas at the end of the game. So improved, yeah. Obviously gives them a better shot.
He has
I
yet
also
to
think
score,
it
and the layup is good.
gives them a better shot.
And
So
the
in
Spurs
short,
lead
I think the
by
Lakers have a better chance to beat Minnesota this year
And
than
so it
last
looks
year.
like the Warriors will
But I
retain
would
possession
still
here.
much rather have the
Risky
Lakers
pass
in the
there.
bracket
You're
altogether.
lucky to retain
But I still
possession this
think it's
time.
very
Well,
bad.
Marcus Aldridge is checked in for the Spurs.
Next question.
Green
Mailbag.
comes in
Nuggets
for
is
Ginobili.
fine. Lakers don't
McGee
have
is
to
checked in
decide.
for the
This
Warriors.
team is-
Livingston comes in for
I
Kevin
actually think
Durant.
the Lakers match up pretty well.
Extra.
For one
On
reason.
that one, fellas.
The
Nobody's
Nuggets are
stopping that.
absolutely
When he comes in there with that tomahawk, that's
As we
just
saw
too much
they thought
force.
last year.
Tell you
Periodically
what,
throughout
fellas,
the
you
season.
cannot throw it down any harder than that. That was a rim wrap.
The Toyo gets to the level, but then surgically to make every week,
Outside
and
Green.
it just breaks Denver's defense.
Left
Now,
side
the
Leonard.
Nuggets are
Rocket
much
6.
better this year than they were last year.
Boy, and the
So at
wingspan
this
McGee
point,
has
I would
covers a
still
lot
pick the
of
Nuggets
ground.
the Lakers
Very
in
useful
series.
for shot
But
blocking.
I think the Lakers have
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here
because
from where
of
we
Luka's
are.
specific
He'll take
ability
his third and
to
fourth
pick
free
their
throw
defense.
shots at the game right here. First free throw is good. Manu Ginobili's checked in for Leonard. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. San Antonio leading by 9.
Before we know it, it'll be December, and John Cena will give his final farewell to the WWE. That's right now, John Cena
Warriors with the rebound. Hastings got his fifth rebound in this one.
And he's a clear babyface to get a full face turn.
Thompson outside.
Today we're going to have some fun and
Gets it inside.
Even though he does most of his damage along the perimeter, Thompson can also dial it up inside.
And so it's Parker with it. He'll bring it up for the Spurs.
What did you think? Did you like the heel turn? I thought Chamber was great. I thought him ripping into the kid in the audience was great afterwards on Raw. The pipe bomb on CM Punk was good. The match against Cody Rhodes at Mania 41 was not great. The Backlash match with Randy I thought was fun. The Punk match I thought delivered. I think most people are mixed on the overall heel run. Something that we have wanted to see from John Cena for so long in his career. What if John Cena turned bad and became a bad guy? How would they do it? Would he change his look, his theme music, everything about him? I don't know how well they delivered on it overall. I think that in a vacuum, for the heel run, people will look back on the moment of the turn with The Rock and Travis Scott to Cody Rhodes. And I think people will recognize that as a huge moment in wrestling and WWE. But I do think that as the heel run went on, they tweaked his character. He wanted to ruin wrestling. He wanted to destroy it all, take the WWE Championship with him. He was super frowny and angry all the time. But I felt like once they got to Randy Orton at Backlash, it started to tweak a little bit. It became a little bit more comedic. Having the announcer announce his whole name and introductions differently. Cena playing back and forth with Randy and just being a little bit more comedic with it. The CM Punk pipe bomb and thugonomics thing they did. So I certainly think that fans will have some standout moments of it that they'll enjoy to look back on. But I don't think that this was the big earth-shattering shift in creative, in WWE, and John Cena's whole run, and everything will remember him as this amazing bad guy. If you're like me, you travel often enough every year. My wife likes to go to the Disney, and I've got to pack a lot of suitcases. But Matt here likes to travel light, or I feel like I'm traveling pretty light. So I'm really happy to be able to work with today's sponsor, Exter, because they have an amazing product that you guys need to be able to check out. The reusable travel vacuum bag. What we have is the Travel Pack Vacuum Kit. What's great is the bag itself. The quality is excellent, waterproof, made of nylon. You have an air pump that comes with it. It's super tiny and portable. And for every bag that you have, you can compress about 15 articles of clothing, which I loaded this thing up and I just sucked the air right out of it and I loved it. What I found fantastic was being able to take the entire reusable bag and be able to put it in my backpack, act as a carry-on. I'm able to get everything I want onto an airplane, no problem. Still a ton of room, too, in my backpack. It's the one thing that I use all the time when I'm traveling. So I have plenty of room to be not only bringing my clothes, but my shoes and everything else. Putting it in your suitcase, your duffel bag, whatever you have, the quality of it is outstanding, and I love the portability of it. And I'm traveling, too, and you're going across the world, you want to be able to track some of your stuff. Extra takes it a step forward. They actually have a full Finder card that you can slip into your luggage, your bag, whatever it is. Finder card works with your Apple device, with the Apple Find My app, and then you'll be able to locate it wherever you are. And then when you are traveling, you're going store to store, and you're moving around town, you need to be able to bring your wallet. It's something that's a little bit more portable. Extra's got you covered because they actually have a fantastic wallet here.
Got a timeout from Greg Popovich. And coaches decided they need a moment to talk things over.
I like that very much. So the travel pack is the girl. I want you guys to see advantage of this. Check it out yourself. You're going to get more space than my wife can shove in boy shoes, the hair dryer, and furniture in there too. And the good thing too is that it'll double as a laundry bag by the time your trip is done. Use the QR code on screen, hit the link in the description below, and use my code WRESTLING to be able to get your discount. Also take advantage of their summer sale with up to 30% off until August 18th. Thank you so much to Extra for supporting the channel. Now back to the video. Because then we get to the final SmackDown before SummerSlam, right? Cody and Cena get the ring together, and in one segment, in a couple of minutes, John Cena completely abandons his whole evil empire thinking, the Darth Vader thinking of it all, and just becomes a good guy once again. Doesn't want to do it anymore. Agrees with Cody Rhodes. He wants to bring the old season back, run down to the ring, give the fans what they want. He wants to drop this whole thing and doesn't want to do it anymore. Which then obviously leads into SummerSlam match, Brock Lesnar's return. I think all of that is kind of related in my opinion. But did you like it? Did you think that they should have done that on SmackDown to get to the SummerSlam match the way they did, because then it all worked out. The fans had permission to cheer for Cena. That they got to experience his full entrance, the real one, and see John Cena put on a babyface match with Cody Rhodes, the Street Fighter. Do you like how they did it that way? Or would you sit on more of the side of them maybe using that promo with Cody after SummerSlam? I can see both sides of it. Because on one hand, yeah, it was great to see John Cena show up at SummerSlam with the championship facing the front and putting on a great match. Like that SummerSlam match, I absolutely loved it. Cody delivered. For Cena's final run, to me, it was the best match so far. But they didn't do the promo on SmackDown the way they did, where Cena just flat out turns face and kind of felt rough because we had been invested in this story and this whole arc of it. Being a bad guy, signing with The Rock, wanting to take the title home, and seeing they just woke up one day and just said, I don't want to do that. If they had changed that promo between him and Cody, I was a good guy once again, we were following the story. Even on Raw, I think it still could have told a similar story. You could have had a promo on SmackDown where John Cena is conflicted and not sure what he's going to do. He's saying it on a microphone. I'm not sure how I want to do this. We get a little bit of a teaser there for fans of like, oh, is he actually going to be a good guy now? Is he going to change during the match? What's he going to do? I am more a fan, honestly, of Cena's maybe he's done it that way. There's the teaser on SmackDown. And then he could still do it the same exact way at SummerSlam. The crowd, I'm sure, if it's going to be black and white, Tron, and all of that, and Cena's entrance, or was it going to be lit up like the old Cena? And I think you could have gotten even a neutral ovation if you did it that way. The crowd going crazy that it's fake John Cena in the match itself. Both of telling the story and letting it unfold in the ring with Cody Rhodes, where John Cena acknowledges the crowd, gets on their side, becomes the babyface during the match itself. And fans get to see that unfold and get permission to cheer for him again. I could have seen him doing it both ways. I don't think that there's a right answer. I think it's more personal preference. If you did it one way or the other, I still believe you could get to the moment at the end. Cena loses the championship, thanks to the crowd, and we get Brock Lesnar. Because if he turns during the match, the crowd is loving Cena once again, and then you get to see pop for Brock Lesnar, but ultimately boo him because he kind of ruined it, and now he's targeting the good guy John Cena that we all love. So let's talk about Brock Lesnar then. Brock is back, WWE brought him back, they're all loving it, he's tickled by it, the fans are very torn on it. It does feel like this is success on one more match between Brock. I would guess it's going to happen at Clash in Paris. So again, let's pull up on screen right now all of the remaining dates for John Cena in his farewell tour. You can see on screen that we do have a couple of SmackDown appearances before Clash in Paris. So where I'm sitting, because we have one in Montreal, and Brock is living in Canada, Brock Lesnar can show up on that one for a John Cena confrontation. Then,
start a new career in real estate from the comfort of your home and change your life for the better.
We have a SmackDown in Ireland and France, and then Clash in Paris itself. Do you think that they're going to do 3 consecutive SmackDowns that are just Brock Cena segments? They could do it. They've done it with Cody and Cena, CM Punk, Randy Orton. Having him come in and maybe wanting to do the big pull-apart brawl like they've done between Cena and Brock in the past. It will be interesting, though. Whether we like Brock Lesnar or not, it will be interesting to see how they play this match, because we've seen a huge history between Brock and Cena. Like it or not, it's been there, and some of their matches have been pretty intense. We've seen the SummerSlam match, we've seen the Extreme Rules match, and we can go all the way back to the mid-2000s where both of these guys were coming up together out of OVW. The history is all there. So I wonder how much they'll play into the history, how much it will be Brock Lesnar just coming out and viciously dominating John Cena, and then we get the Magic Clash in Paris. Now, because Cena doesn't have the belt anymore, Cena can go on his losing streak, and he tends to do he's a good guy. Because the last couple of times that we've had the John Cena run, he has lost a lot. He lost against Solo Sikoa. He lost against Austin Theory. It felt like Cena would always come back to just lose. And so his matches didn't feel, towards the end of the run, besides his final one, they didn't feel as monumental. And so I wonder if WWE would have Brock Lesnar win. I think a lot of that has to do with, is Brock going to be here long term? And by long term, I mean from Clash until WrestleMania. Or are they kind of playing it by ear? Because with all the controversy around Brock Lesnar, the internet going days about it all the time, I think there is a question mark if they will have him there regularly every single week in programs, or will they get to the John Cena match and then reevaluate? We simply don't know. And we don't know how the crowd is going to react to Brock when he's there continuously on TV. If this can have Brock beat Cena, to me that is to then push Brock Lesnar through the fall to WrestleMania to give him a little momentum. And in a match, in a fight itself, big chance that Brock Lesnar would beat John Cena. It's going to be really cool if Cena slip away. Brock, giving him like 5 attitude adjustments and calling it a day. So I'm at least interested in how they will approach that matchup. But after Clash, not over. We have another SmackDown. We have a final Monday Night Raw for John Cena. And then they go to Australia for Crown Jewel. So this is where it gets interesting for me. Who is going to be approaching John Cena after Clash in Paris for that SmackDown appearance, that final Monday Night Raw show, and then Crown Jewel? Will it be a different opponent on SmackDown, on Raw, and then Crown Jewel? Will it be somebody fresh coming in to challenge Cena for the match in Australia? They build it over the course of 2 shows. To me, it's likely that SmackDown and Raw in September are John Cena coming out to do promos and not matches. But you never know, especially on Raw. That means his final Monday Night Raw appearance, he may do something like an open challenge. Going back to when he was U.S. champion, and he would always do an open challenge every Monday night. There are some names out there for people that he could face going into Crown Jewel. One of them, Drew McIntyre. I personally love it if Drew is the one to retire John Cena, to get a run, to be able to move on to title matches, and have that under his belt as somebody who retired John Cena. But I can also see them doing it to set up a match at Crown Jewel. Have Drew as the next big bad guy to go after John Cena, elevate Drew McIntyre once again a little bit higher, and a match that I think a lot of fans would like to see, and you can build that over the course of that SmackDown and Raw, and then that's a nice match at Crown Jewel. Go a different direction. What about LA Knight? We've had him in tag team match on SmackDown. We haven't had the one-on-one match. That could be something that they want to do on TV. He doesn't do the promo off, and LA Knight interrupts him. And LA Knight right now is in the middle of the whole thing. Punk, the Pigeon, Seth Rollins, Dog Whisperer, and the Shula Solomon. So maybe it wouldn't happen. But LA Knight is on that list for me. Somebody else John Cena go up against. Including the Crown Jewel, that could be a really good match. What about other names for Crown Jewel and setting it up? I also thought of Rey Mysterio. Now I know Rey is injured. I have no idea when Rey will come back and what his timeline is. They did somebody from John Cena's past, and I'd love for them to go up against each other one more time. They could recreate these championship matches they had on Raw usually over 10 years ago now. They're not on Raw or Crown Jewel. Yes. Don't know Rey coming back anytime. But if I had to guess right now, I probably lean on Drew McIntyre. But there are more names. If John Cena's next appearance is going to be Survivor Series. So what if John Cena do a Survivor Series? Does he join a War Games match? What if John Cena is in a War Games? Never done that before. And maybe he teams up with everybody to keep on that group. He can team with LA Knight. Maybe somebody that he goes up against at Crown Jewel. And CM Punk. And even Roman Reigns could be in there at War Games. There's your 4-man team. Maybe you add in Gunther in there as well, because it's Gunther's history with Punk coming off of the title match. I think Cena in a War Game protects him. He doesn't have to be the last one to enter War Game. It can just be a lot of brawling for Cena in there, and something different for him that he makes his towards retirement. Or we go one-on-one with somebody. But right now, I don't know who you would have Cena face one-on-one at that point in Survivor Series. But kind of like Cena War Game. But then that takes us to the retirement. In December, it's going to be John Cena's final match. This, I believe, is advertised as a blocked off anyway, as a Saturday night main event. It's going to be like Goldberg, ladies and gentlemen. You can get the top of the microphone at all. So that is a little concerning right there. If John Cena's final match is at NBC special, just a regular televised special, I kind of worry that you get Goldberg treatment where they're going to yank him off TV and just cut the feed as it goes through the final retirement speech. If it's television, the show ends when it needs to end. So put a pin in that, and let me know what you think. I kind of was worried about that for this.
Wants to regroup. And go over the strategy. Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in. Curry against Parker. And here is Curry. Just 5 to shoot. He's off on that one.
Starting slow in this half. 0 for 3 so far.
Parker against McGee. Pass to Leonard from the baseline. Stolen away. And here we go with Thompson running it up the court. Outside for Curry. Now here is McGee. Outside Durant. Here's Hastings. 5 on the clock. Gets it to go for bucket number 8. He's taken just 10 shots.
And, you know, after starting 0 for 3 this half, they finally get one down.
And another turnover here by San Antonio. Manu Ginobili, he's checked in for San Antonio. Warriors trail by 7. And stolen by Leonard. Puts the move on. Off on the layup. Warriors have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the lock at the break. Parker with the steal. And Leonard has it in the corner. Aldridge left side. Got a hand on it. Curry with it. Picked up by Aldridge. Nice take from Curry. Gasol pulls it in.
Trailing here in the game, you can look at his performance as a direct indicator of why they're losing.
Parker kicks to Leonard. Ginobili outside. Aldridge sets up the pick now for Ginobili. It's good from long range. Ginobili's got himself on the board with 3 deep.
How about that lefty stroke there from Ginobili? It is a
pass to Parker. Outside Aldridge. And here's Leonard. Some solid defense there from KD. Here's Hastings. He's covered by Leonard. It's Curry outside. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. They get Paul Gasol.
Smart physical play by McGee. That's how you win trips to the foul line.
The Warriors have gone 6 of 8 from the free throw line tonight.
take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He's off on the first. And the Spurs with some changes. Albus Bertans comes in for Gasol. And it's Kyle Anderson in for Kawhi Leonard. And Golden State also making a change. Sean Livingston, he's checked in for Klay Thompson. Well, 3 from Bertans. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. KD's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Curry crashes inside.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Mills, he's checked in for Parker. And the Warriors also making a change. West is checked in for Hastings. And timeout is called by Greg Popovich. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. .21 left in the third quarter. Bertans passes to Mills. The three ball. The Warriors pull it in. KD's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And there's the call on Durant. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Excellent example of toughness and physicality on defense. Got his nose right in the middle of things and made a play.
Nice ball movement by San Antonio. To the paint. Here's Anderson. Pass to Aldridge. Good. Nice job down low. Aldridge has got 11 points.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Curry on the wing. Covered by Mills. Here's West. Here's McGee. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off. Stolen by Ginobili. And now the fast break Ginobili with the ball. Here's Mills. Picks it out to Ginobili. They get it back. Goes up again. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Can't go for the pump fake. Once he has you in the air, you're toast.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe.
Taking 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And the Warriors making a change here. Good on both. Ginobili against Thompson. It's deflected. And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here.
Gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Clearly a careless pass. He got away with one there.
Here's KD. And so it's the San Antonio Spurs. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. Back to the action in just a minute.
I think that's a little bit hate. But all the off-court stuff, him skipping shoot around, him, showing up late for things, him, maybe being prickly with his teammates not liking him, that stuff has to matter. So this summer, he skipped the Jordan Brand commitment solely for his teammates. Which is an interesting stuff. I think right now he's going to cry about it. If he can vent about it, he's got the news report today, or he's reportedly, disappointed or whatever. It's just going to get worse. It's going to be distraction. And to your point that, well, he has the best team he's had ever. Well, then he's got a real shot in a wide open east to make an actual run, to do something good. And the last thing you want to do is have your star players stall the entire way through and worry about what his next option will be. That's the problem. And this is why you take care of your spot. You don't want distraction hanging over your head. You don't want to play it, feeling like you don't have a commitment towards him. But at the same time, you overcommit, perception is goes down. You want to move off to Trae Young. Trae Young's having down season. The defense is already in the pit of hell. Now you might see the team say, I don't think we can one or both. But it's kind of funny. So I understand what the Hawks are doing, but you have to care how they feel. People start
also, extend that to your point then about the Toronto Raptors. I think that when they added Kawhi Leonard in 2019, that was a whole thing. Like, all our chips was pushed to one of the tables. If this doesn't work, if you don't win the NBA championship this year, even though you did lose Leonard, you're probably going to lose them anyway. And I think that this thing looks a lot different if you don't win the NBA championship. Maybe they do come on.
I don't think it's like that.
Maybe they do
at all, Joe.
Here's why I'm thinking. The reason why I'm thinking that is to add the playoff impact he's had. Going into the playoffs, you haven't exactly been able to get over the hump. Sure, you might have been a little bit better of a roster during that time, but the whole time it was about getting over that hump. Okay, this is the year that we're doing it. We're trading for arguably the top 5 player in the league. If we don't do it this year, trading for this guy, if he's going to be the dick, if we don't do it, there's no reason for us to keep this thing together. No reason. The incentive for them to keep it together was because they won. Now, Atlanta's team, Clay Logic, is the best talent that's been around for enough. He's probably the one this year. We have not seen Kristaps Porzingis stay healthy over the course of 2 years. So they're looking at this situation like, we got 1 year to make this thing work. If it doesn't work in this 1 year, if they end up winning it, okay, we can flip for them. Maybe they try to get something back to them. But if we get to the mid-season point and this thing isn't working, they're definitely going to crash.
I don't think it's close. So, first of all, let the record show. Let the court reporter read. I did not bring up the rap. Chill about the rap. First of all, I didn't do that. But now that you have brought up the rap, you open up that can of worms. I don't think that this is anything like that. Those teams were at the end of their run. I'll let you in on the secret. They regretted the DeRozan contract 1 year into it, and they wanted to move off that contract. Being able to add Leonard, even on the expiring, even if they felt that they couldn't keep him, it was as much about getting Leonard as it was about getting off the road. I think they felt very differently about him once he came off the podium and said, well, if we had LeBron, he didn't want to. I think Masai started to look at him a little bit differently after he said that. So that's different. I mean, he's not lying. That was a veteran-laden team that was at the end of their rope. They had Danny Green, they had Serge Ibaka, they had Marc Gasol. This Hawks team is not a veteran-laden. It's a relatively young team. Q Alexander Walker is young. That's Daniel is young. Bill Johnson is young and very unproven. Zach Levine is in the second team. Coach Bucket is young. Onyeka Okongwu is young. The problem with the Hawks right now is they're not like the 2019 Raptors at all. You know what they are like though? They're like the 2023 Raptors. They're a lot like the 2023 Raptors. They have a 20-something-year-old player who is coming up for a very big extension that hasn't had a lot of success in the last couple of years.
With its combination of his passing and his creativity, which make him unique.
They traded him because they didn't want to pay him what he felt justified.
Hastings got 19 points.
And with that basket, he's able to end a 10-0 run.
I don't think I'm going to come out of the East.
Parker passes to Bertone.
I don't know.
Here's Ginobili.
I'm not.
And the rebound goes to the Warriors.
But I just think that they have a chance. That's first of all. I do think that they have a chance. But
Thompson with it. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. And now it's running. Here we go. All the way. With the jump.
Makes it look easy. Incredible. Like getting inside and just finishing. No physicality.
Got a piece of it. Stolen by Ginobili. And the Spurs pushing it up now. Ginobili with the shot.
Way ahead of the field. He can do pretty much whatever he wants.
And not leaving anything to chance either. That's why he takes it right to the hook.
Now here's Livingston, covered by Parker. Thompson, beautiful finish, and the layup goes down.
You know, sometimes you forget about how big